Just checking to make sure I'm live on LinkedIn. So, all right. Good afternoon. Happy Thursday. So I'm trying to stick to the Thursday at 12:30 themed about going live. Hey, rehab in the house. All right, Doc. Um, so today I want to talk about tools to help you achieve your business goals. Um, just achieving goals is enough, right? It's a lot, and um it can be really difficult, when you are trying to drive towards a goal and things like that. And then you're running your business, you're servicing your clients. If you have employees, you are trying to manage them as well. So there's a lot going on. So we want to make sure that we have tools in place to support us throughout this process. So before we get started, just want to introduce myself because I'm starting to go live on LinkedIn, which I have not been doing so in the past. So this is new. But my name is Tanya Harrison. I am an operations consultant. And I primarily work with small business owners, solopreneurs, but I also work with organizations as well. My goal is to help businesses to streamline their workflow. So we do that by implementing systems and processes. That's the biggest part. The ultimate goal is to help you become more productive and profitable. So today I want to talk about what tools you can use to support you on your journey to achieving your goals. Like I said before, we all know that it can be pretty, difficult to achieve some of these big, lofty goals that we have, especially if you are a solopreneur. You're trying to achieve your goals and you're trying to manage the day to day and do all of the things, right? So, I want to talk about some tools that have really been helpful for me. And if you know me, I love tools, you know what I mean? But they have to be the right tools for you in order for them to be effective. So, I want to keep that in mind, right? So, we're not just doing stuff to do it. It really has to make sense for you, your business, your team, your clients, if it touches your clients and things like that. So the first one, and I of course had to write them down to make sure I stay, ooh, my hair, to make sure I stay on track. So the first one is a plan. So we're talking about goals. We really should have a plan, a detailed plan. And when we're really talking about achieving like growth goals, big lofty goals within our business, you want to go beyond just the paper and pen where I write it down and say I want to make X amount of dollars a year. You know what I mean? You really want to go into detail, and have a plan that is going to reveal to you and your team and everyone else, this is the goal that I have in mind. This is the strategy that I'm going to use to implement it. And here's how I'm going to measure and know if I'm on track or not. So you have to identify what your goal is, what your strategy is, and then also what key performance indicators you are going to measure to help you know if you are on track with your goal or not. So that is extremely important when you are talking about meeting your business goals, right? We got to know where we're going, right? It's kind of like, not having a vision. You got to have a vision. Where am I going? What is it that I want to accomplish? So for me, I have a detailed plan that is written out. And as a part of that plan, it has action steps. So it really talks about what needs to be done, the actual task, when it needs to be done, right? So I have dates in there, and then who is responsible for it, right? So if it's just you and you're a solopreneur, okay, it makes it a little easier in the sense where you don't have to worry about somebody else being responsible for it. However, you do have to make sure that you have are communicating pieces that someone else is responsible for, and making sure that they know, right? They know that they are responsible for whatever task and when it's due and all of that. So that's the first thing, making sure that you have a detailed plan. That's number one. The second thing or tool that you want to make sure you have is I'm calling it a task tracker. For me, I use my project management software, but a task tracker, right? Because I'm going to have all of these different tasks that I have to perform, all of these different things that I have to do. I need a place where I can keep track. So I used to be somebody that wrote mine in a book, and at first I had 3 or 4 different, books all over the place where I was writing stuff. But then I got a lot more organized and I started using Frankly Covey and the Frankly Covey agenda, and it really helped me. So however you want to organize it, make sure you organize it. If you're a pen and paper type of person, you know what I mean, initially that may be okay. But I transitioned, years ago to something that was electronic, which has been extremely helpful. So I use a project management software where I load up all of my tasks, all of my projects that I have to complete. The great thing about it is I can do the same thing. I can put my dates. It's going to send me reminders. If I assign something to, my virtual assistant, I can put that in there and share it with her. And it has the dates and everything in there as well. And we can communicate within the platform. So think about where you are within your business and what it is that you need. If you are a solopreneur and you have an agenda and that works for you, that may be good now, you know what I mean? But at some point, as you start to build your team, you're going to want to do something that's a little bit more electronic, that you can share, online, everybody. So that you can share online, and things like that, and you can keep track of it, right? Because ultimately you want to be able to keep track of what's going on when it comes to your goals. Are you completing the task that needs to be completed? That's why I really like the project management software. Like I said, it sends you reminders. You can append things to your calendar, which is great because I schedule my tasks on my calendar, which is extremely important and beneficial for me, so I can see what it is that I need to do each and every day. So that's that. The third thing, number 3. So the first thing is a plan. We got to have a plan. The second thing is that we have to have a task tracker, a way to track our tasks and making sure that we are staying on track. The third thing is a CEO dashboard. So with the CEO dashboard, what this does is that this is going to capture, it's going to let you know, as a CEO of your company, right? It is going to let you know where you are in relation to achieving your goals. So initially, when I talked about your plan, and one of the things that you want to have as a part of your plan is to identify your key performance indicators, right? So that was one of the things that I said. Well, these KPIs have to live somewhere. So you're going to put them on your CEO dashboard, and on a weekly basis, I go in and I track where I am, right? So that lets me know if I'm making progress in the right direction. It lets me know if I'm on track, if I need to make adjustments, and I can do that sooner rather than later. So instead of me waiting to the end of the quarter or the end of the month, I know week by week if I'm on track to where it is that I said that I wanted to go. So definitely make sure you have a CEO dashboard. It doesn't have to be fancy. So here I'm talking about tools to help you achieve your business goals, right? So keep that in mind. And you have to think about what works for you. Hello, hello. You have to think about what works for you, So I use a project management software to track your tasks. I think it's more efficient. You may have a process where you have an agenda, right? But the ultimate goal is to make sure that you are using whatever resources that you have and they are effective in helping you to get to where it is that you want to go. So when I'm talking about, when I'm talking about the CEO dashboard, thanks for joining. So when I'm talking about the CEO dashboard, you want to make sure that you have the elements on there that you need to track for your business, for your goals, right? So most of us track revenue, right? That's one of the things that we track. But there may be some other things that you want to track or need to track or should track, right? So, for instance, if you have a membership, you may want to subtract subscribers, how many people you have coming in, how many people you have, your churn rate. You know what I mean? If you are doing coaching and consulting, and part of your process is to have discovery calls, you may want to track the number of discovery calls you have and how many convert to sales. So you have to really think about what it is, and all of this will be laid out in your first tool, which is the plan. But once you get that, all you're doing is basically taking a snapshot of it and putting it on your CEO dashboard, and you can monitor it on a weekly basis, and it'll let you know if you're on track or not, right? So this could be an Excel spreadsheet, pen and paper. The ultimate goal is to do it, right? So the fourth thing, and we're still talking about tools to help you achieve your business goals. So the first thing was a detailed plan. The second thing is a task tracker. And number three is a CEO dashboard. The fourth thing is a visual reminder. This right here is huge, right? Again, we get going and we got a lot going on. We're hustling, we're trying to achieve our goals and live our lives. You have a lot of responsibilities going on, right? It is easy to get consumed and forget why you're doing what you're doing. So having that visual reminder, it can be a vision board if you want it to be. I have a one pager. I have a picture of one behind me on the wall. You know what I mean? And it's just a constant reminder of what is it that I said that I was going to achieve. And it's on there, and it's for all of the different categories within my business. You know what I mean? And then I also have a high level of what are those critical things that I want to do, within the first 90 days. And, but the main thing is making sure you have some type of visual representation of what it is that you want to accomplish, right? So I have my mission on there, my vision on there, my core values on there, because I always want to stay focused on why am I doing this? Because there's going to be some days that it is just a day. Let's just put it like that. It's going to be some day where it's just a day. And you want to make sure that you are reinforcing why. Why am I doing what I'm doing? You know what I mean? So definitely make sure that you have that. It doesn't have to be as big as the one that I have on the wall behind me. I also have like a one pager, you know what I mean? Something that you could just have nearby, and then that you can watch and you can see. So those are the four things that I recommend that you have when it comes to tools to help you achieve your business goals. If you have some other ones, I would really love it if you would share them with me. But just to like quickly recap, because y'all know it's a lunch and learn. I'm in and out. I'm in and out. But if you have any questions, you could definitely drop them below. The first thing is making sure that you have a detailed plan, and your plan should include, at minimum, your goal, your strategy, and your KPIs to let you know how are you going to know if you're on track or not. So those are the main elements of your plan. But it includes more than that. But at minimum, have those three things. The second thing is a task tracker. And this is so that you can track your tasks, right? What I need to do, when do I need to do it, who's responsible for it, all of those things. I use a project management software. Um, find something that works for you. I think I like project management software, again, especially if you're thinking about expanding your business. I definitely think that, having one is extremely helpful. And then you can put a lot of other things in there as well. So that's number two. Number three is a CEO dashboard. So this is something that I'm going to review at least weekly, that is going to help me to see if I'm on the right path or not. And it's also going to let me know if my strategy is working and if I need to make adjustments, right? So I'm not waiting to the end of the quarter. I'm not waiting to 6 months from now. I'm doing it on a weekly basis. So I know if I need to make changes now, I can go ahead and do that and still be on track to achieving my goals. And then the fourth thing is a visual reminder, right? Just something that's going to let me know I'm in this for the long haul, but here's why I'm doing it. Today may not be a great day, but here's why I'm doing it. You definitely want to have that as a part of this, as a part of your tools. So making sure you have the right things in your toolbox to achieve your goals. So that is it for me. I want to thank everyone that has joined me live. If you join me on the replay, you can just put hashtag replay. And of course, if you have any questions at all, you can drop them below. Some of these tools that I talked about, I'm going to be sharing in my upcoming workshop. So you will have access to them. It's the growth planning workshop that's going to be May 20th, which is a Saturday from 9:30 to 1:30 Eastern Standard Time. So we're really going to dig into these tools, how to put them together, how to use them. But like I said, I'll be giving you some of the resources so you don't have to worry about it. A workspace to capture and develop your ideas. Absolutely. That's exactly why I like the project management software, because you can house all of that. But if you don't use the project management software, then maybe have a folder for that. Like, I'm getting into all of these different, folders, but that's definitely something that you want to keep track of. So that's a great idea. Within my project management software, I have a space that's called the War Room, and it has all of my ideas. So yeah, thanks for bringing that up. But thank you, Speedy. Thanks again for joining me. I hope you are enjoying your lunch and having a wonderful, wonderful Thursday. And again, if you have any questions, you can drop them below. If you have any questions about the upcoming workshop, you can drop that below, or you can DM me. I'd love to have you if you're ready to work on your growth plan. So let's go ahead and get that done, because we still have some time in 2023, but it's moving pretty fast. So we got to get on board if you really want to accomplish some big things by the end of the year. So thanks again for joining me. I will talk to you later. Bye.